Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome back to another high level best of 3. Today in the bottom right, as our blue Protoss player playing for Team Envy, it's going to be the number 2 GSL finisher, Creator. And in the top left, as our yellow Terran player playing for Team Liquid, it is none other than Clem. Clem versus Creator, the battle of the servers, the battle of the continents. As a Creator known to have one of the best TVPs currently in the world, Clem known to be one of the best Terran players in the world, and makes this a very interesting matchup. Makes it a matchup that I think a lot of people are just kind of looking forward to. It's always cool to kind of have these local heroes, I want to say. Like you have someone that performs well in a region, how they go up against the people of the other regions. I think for a while this actually was very much so the case with Clem as well, where Clem was performing very well in Europe, and he'd play these season finals, and he just would not quite have the performance that he would have in the regional tournaments. Although the competition in the regional tournaments also was very good, of course. Like you had your Cheryl, you had your Rainers, you had your Hero Marines and Showtimes that Clem was beating pretty consistently. Well, very consistently actually last year. But then he'd show up in the season finals and struggle a little more with the Koreans. Right now it's kind of the reverse here, as Creator has been performing extremely well in the GSL. And he's, in second place in the GSL, only losing in the final to Rogue. Pretty impressive. Then the question is, how does he match up against someone like Clem from a different region, a different playstyle? Someone Creator is perhaps a little bit less comfortable with. We, by the way, saw an eBay block here coming out of Clem to start with. Following it up with one of his favorite builds, especially on this map, is a 5 Marine into Cyclone opener. This is what we call a Clem classic here in Europe. And I'm curious to see how Creator's going to deal with it. This is especially powerful against Stargate openers. And we do see Creator is not opening up with a Stargate. Instead, it will be Blink. Or at least it's a Twilight Council, so I'm assuming Blink. We have not seen a robotics facility yet. In order to play a DT drop, you need to get a robotics facility before the Dark Shrine. And thus, you usually get the Robo halfway, while the Twilight Council is like halfway, something like that. The moment gas allows, basically. That's not quite the case. Ooh, it is probe. Good scout out of Creator. I like that. Love that even. Very cool move. He's not going to be too aware of what's kicking, though. What's coming for him. I don't think he expected this. Zealot is going to get taken out before he even really gets to respond. Decent damage as well on one of these Stalkers already. No real hull damage being dealt yet. See a Pro Pool coming out of Creator. Going to cost him most likely a couple of workers, though. And 4 or 5 workers going down here is a major issue. Can the Cyclone lock on to another Stalker? Yes, it can. Oh, just barely does not get that last shot. I don't want to say anything about ping, but perhaps if this was played on Europe, that Stalker would be dead. Nonetheless, though, I already believe that Clem is in a good position here. He's only down 4 workers. He already has Stim on the way, 2nd barracks done, and he's getting that 3rd barracks. This is a Clem opener into a Korean-esque follow-up with that with that type of factory into 3 racks. Korea's been absolutely loving the ever-living crap out of this opener, and we'll see this game why, as it is just a powerful and cool opener, especially strong against builds like the one Creator is currently playing. These 4 gate blinks, they fall flat on their face against something like this. I'll have to just say it. There's going to be tanks out, there will be quick stim, you have a Marauder count. Although the Marauder count will be small, there's going to be 1-2 Marauders to deal with this. Like, this is just painful to play against if you're a Creator right now. And I just wish that he'd take a 3rd base before he does 1 major warp in, but I don't think he's going to, because that's not how the build works. Yeah, this is really, really painful. Build order wise, it is really not looking good. The one nice thing perhaps is that Clem has not really started any follow-up plans yet, so we don't see a starport yet. We are not even seeing a +1 attack yet either. I'm not sure how aware Clem is of what's kicking off. He has absolutely no clue what's going on this game. Maybe Clem will try to push out. Oh, this is bad. So this is not actually a build that we see very often. It's going to be moving across the map here with these Marines, with this Marauder. With these tanks and the double cyclones as well. You have triple marauder. We have these stalkers just moving around. We're heading into a bit of a base trade scenario here as well. That makes things very, very interesting. At least, in my opinion, makes things very, very interesting. The blink in towards the main base. Observer is going to get taken out by the turret. I don't even think this tank is going to ever really get the safety. Not a single unit here. Even if it was just like 2 Marauders and 5 Marines, that would already matter. Because you do have these SCVs that can tank a lot of damage. At the same time, Clem moving in right now. We have a couple of probes hiding in the corner. More probes hiding in the corner over here. I don't think Clem is quite aware of that. He is going to be missing that. Straight away wants to walk into that main base. And these probes are going to escape as a result of it. Could start building a nexus somewhere else. Creator, however, is paying attention. And all of these SCVs are going to get taken out. This command center might get to escape though. We have another command center here flying towards the top right side. And, well, it's a tricky situation that we're in right now. It is a very, very tricky situation. Because army versus army, I think that in a direct single engagement, Clem is going to win. But because the complete lack of starport units, not a single medevac being here, that could be different. That could not be the case. That could be just a lie. Creator does not have money for a Nexus, does he? He does. Oh no, he has a Nexus here already being made. Okay, cool. So Nexus is being built right now. Dark Shrine is... Ooh, that's a tricky location. That's a very tricky location. Yeah, so what I'm saying here is that as long as these fights go over a very long time span, I think Creator is winning this. Especially because there's no combat shield as well. And because there's no medevacs. Mainly because of the lack of the medevacs. But the no combat shield is also not really helping our good friend Clem. Also a little bit down in supply currently. If you can just take out like 4 or 5 stalkers here, it would be huge. Clem also on a timer, of course, with a Dark Shrine there. Now, I don't think there's any structures that can actually produce anything for Creator. Does not currently have a gateway, which must be kind of frustrating. Starport, however, stayed alive. So perhaps a... There is a possibility here, is what I'm trying to say. Oh! Marauder's going to get taken out. Cool move. There's a possibility here for medevacs. Especially because there's plenty of depots as well alive. These cyclones are going to lock on. One cyclone will fall. Another SCV gets taken out. Another SCV gets taken out. Currently only have a single SCV remaining. Where it is, God only knows. And I know as well now. Because I clicked the button and saw where the SCV was. Very cool. This is important. It's very important that Clem does not find that. Because this is the only production and... we actually see Clem already having some production. This means that the longer this game goes, funnily enough, Clem will be winning. But if the game goes long, then DTs also will be out and Clem will be losing. So I'm not actually sure what's going to happen here. It's going to be exciting. One Stalker will get taken out for free. That's what's going to happen here for starters. We have a single Zealot in a Prism currently. We'll eventually find this base. It's already rallied up there. Must be somewhat aware of what's kicking off right now. Clem not knowing about this is actually huge. First DT is going to get warped in and this is so massive. I just can't state how massive that is. I'd love for Creator to not show this DT yet though. He does not want to alert his opponent to what's kicking off here. Now the Zealot is going to find this position. Clem right now feels the pressure, the hot, the breathing in his neck from the Protoss player. You know what's happening behind me? It's a Protoss player breathing in your neck, Clem. You need to start doing something because you need to get rid of this Prism first of all. And now all of a sudden there's Stalkers in the main base as well. Clem technically could start fighting this. He's going to pick this up instead. He's afraid of the Stalkers being here. The funny... Ooh, that's that Prism. That's a big deal. That's a very big deal. That means there's no more pressure on this base currently. Oh... A lot of production is being taken out right now. I wish there were combat shields somewhere, but that's not quite the case. We have a double drop heading towards the low ground. I don't think that's actually what Clem wants to be doing right now, though. Can he still straight up fight this army? I think 15 Stalkers, 2 DTs, 1 Zealot. Yes? No? You tell me. Oh, this is a good start. Almost, well, actually, ends up losing a Cyclone, not killing anything. It looked like it was going to be a good start. This DT is an issue though, isn't it? That DT is going to be a massive issue here. Just targeting down Marine after Marine. No combat shield here, so every slice is a kill. Oi, 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 oi. This is not looking too brilliant right now for Clem. He's going to lose up all of his tanks. These Stalkers will get forced back in towards Clem's old main base as well, which is now his new main base. But it's also a base that isn't mining, and there's no base anymore. So maybe it's really nothing. Drop continues on over here. Good moves out of Clem, who's losing a decent amount of supply. Overstimming his army as well. Goes in for the Stalker. Some probes will fall. I don't quite think Clem can continue doing this, can he? Ended up killing a lot of workers though. And is once again outmining his opponent. Because of that mule. The problem is he can't really afford the mule because he also needs scans right now. He lost that one starport, or not the starport, the command center, which is also super painful. This drop is kind of stuck in the corner. Might just end up losing it to a blink. At the same time, these marines might just join. If he can snipe every last probe, that could be kind of game changing. At the same time though, there's a DT sniping the SCVs. That's also kind of game changing. We have Clem going for the throat right now, trying to take out all of these DTs and these Stalkers, but no combat shield, no upgrades on these marines. The Nexus is going to get it as well. Clem needs to tap out. Creator wins game number 1 in this best of 3, and we'll be heading into the second one. Game number 2 over here on Glittering Ashes, as we're looking at the base of the Blue Protoss. Up 1 game in this best of 3. In the bottom left, of course, we have Clem, who's down, needs to figure something out. Honestly, not a bad start though in that last game. Felt like everything was going his way until the base trade, happened, until the event occurred. And then things started going downhill pretty quickly. Of course, the main reason for that is the fact that he allowed these probes to escape. If he doesn't allow these probes to escape, Clem is in a mighty fine spot. He has 2 mining bases against most likely, well, 1 mining base with a single worker. Good luck getting any type of pylons out in that case. Good luck affording any type of DTs as well from there. Like, you're just so much more all in. And also, of course, if you kill 1 worker, the game actually just ends because there's no more mining. So there's just a lot, you know, the dynamics of the game completely change. And yeah, it's a seemingly small error in the moment ends up really, really costing him, because you never know what the game is going to get into, you know. At that point, he probably believed it was more important to go kill the buildings quickly in the main base, did not want to bother checking behind that natural, and he paid the freaking price for that. He also, yeah, paid in a game there. So, frustrating for him. Good start for the GSL player, of course. Still have that clash between the servers here. SCV is going to get sent back home. We have a factory as well as a reactor coming in. This is a Maru build, actually. We'll have to see what the follow-up is going to be, but most likely it's going to be the Maru build. I know that Clem enjoys playing this type of 2 Hellion into 4 mine drop, which is a build that Maru initially introduced to the world, I believe, in TSL 6 or TSL 7. And it's been a... That's not actually going to be it. There's not enough gas. No, it is. It's just going to be a Hellion drop. Oh, that's kind of exciting. Yeah, so it's not going to be that mine drop, but just a Hellion drop. Clem is really keen on this build, especially against players that don't like opening Stargate. And so far, Creator decided to open up Twilight against someone that eBay blocked him. And that is kind of saying, hey, I have a preference here, and that preference is not for Stargate. Because most people that like Stargate, if you give them an excuse to play Stargate, they're going to be playing that. And having an eBay building your natural is definitely a pretty decent excuse to build a Stargate. I have to say, it is an excuse that I would take. I say, eBay and my natural, that is a Stargate time. It's like, oh no, I forgot the scout, Stargate time. You know, it's like, oh, the Sun and Mars are in one line, Stargate time. You know, I don't need a lot of excuses, you know. Not a lot needs to happen for me to throw down a Stargate in this PvT matchup. You give me a reason. Any reason is good enough, and I'll take it. That's a fast 4th pylon, isn't it? That is a very fast 4th pylon. Before the extra gates and the robo. This is an interesting build. He's not going to have any units here as a result, I think. As well as 3 units. Going to warp in 1 more because that second gate is so late. Now there's 4 Hellions in your main base. Ta-da! Surprise! And, well, this is not quite a fun surprise. This is going to cost you 10, 12 workers. 3 Hellions stay alive as well. Oi, 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 oi. It's like the type of surprise coming home from a business trip. You're seeing a pair of shoes you don't quite recognize. Not a fun surprise. DT is going to be built here on the other side of the map. Should not be capable of doing too much. Should not be capable of doing too much depending on the state of the command centers. If this command center drops a mule right now, the game will once again flip into creator's favor. But I don't think that's actually what's going to happen. As we have this scan available. Clem not paying attention at home. Oh, killed 11 more workers? I missed that. My apologies. Killed 22 workers in the end. Wow. You have big shoes to fill here, Mr. DT. So far you killed 1. 21 more. Well, he dies. So that is not great. Not a good performance. I would not want to be up on stage after the Hellions performed. 30T is going to get sent in here towards that the natural base. We'll take out a couple of these Marines. No scans currently available. Is there a scan coming up soon? We're 6 energy away. This turret is not done yet either. So another DT. This is a 4 DT. It's going to be 4 DT sacrificing their life for ire here. Well, one of them gets away. The other one also gets away, but scan now available. DT will fall. Painful. Yet kind of fun as well. And right now, what do we have? So we have 4 Hellions gone down, killing 22 workers, and 3 DTs gone down, killing 6 SCVs and 4 Marines. I'm going to give round number 1 here to the Hellions. There's, of course, still 2 DTs alive over here. And there's 2 more being warped in as well. Holy crap. This is a big investment into DTs. It's going to be an Archon drop. So we also have the Prism out. And Archon drops can actually do a lot of damage against Terran. The problem right now for Creator is that when you play an Archon drop, usually you need to follow this up with Colossi. If you don't have Colossi behind this, how are you going to hold a counterattack? You don't have a high gateway count. You don't have a lot of minerals. You don't have a fast third base, high eco. It's going to suck. He's starting Immortal production in an effort to try and stay alive, I guess. The problem is just that even if he kills 15 workers here, he does not have the tech to hold the incoming push. There's combat shields on the way. There is stim on the way as well right now. Like, these are all just pretty large issues, I think. And we're not really seeing anything coming out of Creator to deal with this problem. There's a lot of money in the bank. Third base is being built. Blink on the way. I just don't see how Blink is going to contribute in holding this push. Forge? Like, these are really fun things if you're up 40 supply. Blink and a forge and, you know, make a little garden with flowers and plants in our backyard. You know, this is great if you're not struggling mightily with money and staying alive. But this is survival over here, Creator. You should be chugging cans of beans right now. And right now what you're doing is not really that. You're investing into luxuries. We don't need that. 2 more batteries going down in the natural currently. +1 is on the way as well. We have 2 batteries. This is a hidden third base though, which I kind of do like. Maybe Clem doesn't figure out that there's a base there. Nothing here. Well, Clem's not going to buy it. Clem figures out that there's a base there. What happened with the prism, by the way? It's still alive. Yep, it's going across the map. Creator is going to try and pick up some of these reinforcements. It's a move that I actually do really like. And it's usually a good move as well. You can do this with Phoenixes, you can do this with Stalkers, with Zealots, and now apparently also with a Prism with 2 Archons. The problem just being, of course, that there's absolutely nothing here for Creator to hold this wall. Robo's going to get taken out. Even a super battery will not be capable of saving this. The damage output is a little bit too much. More target fire on that super battery, and Clem is moving through, is moving in, and is here to take game number 2. GG gets skulled, tying up the series, and we'll be heading into a final game in this best of 3. Game number 3 here. We're looking at the base of Liquid Clem, the man who just took a map. Top right, we have Creator pulling down 5 workers total to deal with this threat of the eBay. The architecture in his natural. Clem just wants to build pretty things, and Creator is a destructive force in this case. Does not want an eBay on his natural. Says no, none of that Terran garbage in my universe, not in my front yard. Takes it out as Clem. Oh no. Yeah, almost was allowed to throw down another eBay. Clem very keen on that, for good reason. It's good to get another block off. Well, although, no, it really wouldn't have been. And maybe Creator did him a favor here. Who knows? You have a fast reactor, single marine into that fast reactor. This is starting to feel a whole lot once again like that cyclone push that Clem really likes. And I also like it. I really do like that one as well. You have a battery in the main. Okay. What you doing here, buddy? What you doing? Battery in the main. Skip on probes. Look at that. A complete cut in workers over here. Out of creator. A second unit. He must have cut at least 18 seconds of probes there. It's a probe and a half. Because a probe takes 12 seconds. I always check just to be sure when I make these claims. I mean, I've literally only been playing the game for the past 12 years of my life. And I must be building like 80 probes a game. Probably over like 30k games. Yet I'm still not sure whether it's 12 seconds or not. I know it's 12 seconds, but yet I check. It's got to be a double Hellion here though. Double Hellion as a start. Might follow us up with 2 more Hellions. Ooh. Medevac as well. A little bit of a supply block though, so the depot was delayed. This is interesting. This really is quite interesting. This Hellion might just end up falling. Nah, it's not, right? Nah, it will stay alive. If he micros this well at least. I don't think the Hellion should ever die. But if he doesn't micro it well, then it should die. Of course, Clem micros it well, I'm not surprised. 4 Hellions on a warpath. 3 gates, chrono boost. This is an odd build order out of creator. So at first the Hellion is going to get taken. I am so confused by this build, honestly. Oh, Hellion is going to get picked up. This Stalker did some real work though, and actually did some useful work as well. It's going to be just 2 Hellions with health here. And if creator targets this well, yep, and he does. These 2 Hellions should not be capable of dealing too much damage. There's no battery in the natural though. We have a 4th gate on the way. What is this build order? For the love of God, creator. Are we 4 gate? Are we back in Wings of Liberty right now? Well, back in Wings we didn't build a natural, but this is a build order that I do not recommend whatsoever. Ooh. I mean, it's just not hitting that hard either. There's no quick warp in here. If the 4 gate was in this location, I would understand it. He needs to practically kill Clem at this point, because there is no follow-up tech whatsoever. Clem is like, well, I'm gonna send my tank forward. I have a bunch of marines, and what's your plan from here on out? Well, actually, there's a lot of stalkers. Good splits as well. So far out of creators, going to go and target down that tank. Hellions are going to drop. There's a couple of marines alive. Will the medevac get targeted down? Yes, it will. A lot of stalkers are also falling. Second tank is about to pop out. Another medevac is on the way. Clem temporarily should probably be giving up this low ground. More zealots being warped in over here. Zealots, of course, with a lot of tanking power. A lot of, you know, that ability to tank. And so tanking power, yeah, that's correct there. Starport in a cool location, because this almost forces the stalkers to walk in the tank range. Sadly, the tank decided to unsiege and then siege again. Ta-da! Welcome, stalkers. You're allowed into my natural without any real damage. You see, Clem now needs to lift this starport, actually. Very important. Ooh. Here comes a move forward. Zealot's going to be tanking some damage. Tank continues to shoot. Good target fire out of Clem on these stalkers. I do not like this position whatsoever for creator still. Just now he's getting a Twilight Council. Almost equal worker supply. I mean, the Hellion drop killed 3 workers. Creator killed 7 workers. He had a faster nexus. If you were to look at these statistics and you know the openers, the current state of the game makes absolutely no sense. It really just doesn't. This build has been, well, quite frankly, terrible. It feels like a build that you think of in the moment. Like, oh, let me build 3 gateways and walk across the map. That sounds tight. I'm sure it sounds tight, but it just did not work. I mean, it was hitting at 420 with 3 stalkers. That is really, really late. And with very little stalkers. So yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. I'm a little bit confused. Clem is going to be sending out this medevac drop though. And this is a medevac drop that could either seal the deal or give creator a fighting chance, depending on how much it's going to achieve. If it kills 5-6 workers, and gets away, it's game. If, however, it gets taken out and kills only 2-3 workers, Creator has a chance. So it's going to kill 3 workers here to start with. There's no blink here, so it should get out. This is good damage. This is really, really nice damage. I like this a lot. Good start here for Clem. And he's going to continue on that good start. Starts moving out here with a marine tank push as well. We'll take out that pylon for free. And for a second time in a row, I'm having trouble seeing how Creator exactly is going to be defending. This time around, though, he's taking the threat serious. We see Chrono Boost on the one Twilight Council upgrade that he does have coming. Although it's Blink, I much rather would have had Charge here. I understand why he got Blink. He's getting a lot of gateways. He's not getting forges, not even getting extra gases. He's barely mining any gas whatsoever. Getting extra batteries out as well. Like, this is high eco, high mineral eco. Low tech, and hoping that he survives. But it's going to be rough. It's going to be really rough. First Medevac's going to get sniped out of the sky. There is 2 batteries in position. These zealots do not have charge, which makes them a lot worse. But at the same time, these marines also do not have combat shield, which also makes them a lot worse. Super battery gets activated. First tank is going to get taken out right here. But yeah, I just don't think there's going to be enough Creator units here, honestly. Exciting moment, but mainly exciting for Clem, because he now knows that he's won the series. And Europe holds for now against this new Korean threat called Creator. The man with a plan not quite being capable of making it happen today against Clem. His combat shield's about to finish up. The probes are being destroyed over here. Stalkers, zealots, everything gets killed. And I believe that this should actually be it. More Marines and Marauders will be moving out. We have a constant stream of reinforcements. GG gets called. Creator forced to tap out. 14 probes going down. Clem wins the series 2-1. And that's going to be it for me today. Thanks all so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this fantastic game. If you did, don't forget to like button, subscribe to the channel. And hopefully I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Thank you and bye bye.